All right, welcome back to another episode of Kuzimato Talks. Today we have a special guest, the one, the only, Kylie Alvarado. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Would just like to say thank you for taking time out of your day to come on the show. You know, you're a guest that I've already, wanted as I put the show together. Like, you've been, I feel like, well known as far as like, for what you do, like photography and like a lot of the sessions that you've had, you do very well at like TikTok and marketing. And I don't know if it's TikTok, but Reels at least that like I'm always seeing. So like, it's nice to, bring you on the show and have you to talk about.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I guess we can start with something that I always like to start with on my episodes, but how's your mental health?
I'd say pretty good starting off this new year. I'm really
Nice.
excited. So,
Yes, bringing in good energy for 2026. The energy that's gonna make you accomplish all your goals that you set, Are you from here? Are you from Peoria? Did you go to school here?
I'm originally from Galesburg. It was about like an hour from here. And then I graduated high school in Morton. And then I've been in Peoria for about 3 years.
So how old are you?
22.
22. So you graduated like 2021?
Yep.
Okay, 2021 from Morton. Okay, so when did you move from Galesburg to Morton?
Like kindergarten.
Okay, so like,
I was always back and forth because of family and stuff. So,
right. So even though you went to Morton, you'd still be, traveling back and forth.
yeah, all my family's from Galesburg. So,
Which is crazy just because obviously you know this, but you're very unique. You know what I mean? Like even like the style you got, the way your eye is for, art and pictures. And so it's like, obviously anyone can come from anywhere, but to hear that you're from like Galesburg, you went to school in Morton, it's like, I'm sure you're probably like the oddball out, like the only kid who like dressed how they wanted to.
just
and
from the
like,
Midwest. That's
exactly, just Midwest thing. When did you start getting comfortable with a camera?
I would say sometime last year, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah. I picked up a camera about like 5 years ago, but it wasn't until the fall of 2023 was when I really started to like take it seriously. And then I feel like last year was when I really found my personal style with it and how I like to edit
Yes.
and the comfortability I had. Because I've already knew like editing a little bit prior to the camera. I kind of say I learned it reverse. So I learned editing first and then the camera
Before
later.
learning how to take pictures. And then what did you learn editing in? Like what software or what were you doing?
Mainly Lightroom and Photoshop.
Okay. See, it just, fascinates me. That was a great answer and very mature just because I asked when did you start getting comfortable with the camera and you didn't say when you started. You literally said like last year. You said I've been doing this for maybe 5 years, but I got comfortable last year. So like, you can see, all right, this is when I started, but this is when I really got comfortable. And then you even said like, now you got your own style. Like that didn't just come out, first day, like boom, this is what I want to do. Like it takes time to gradually get to, all right, this is my style, this is me, this is what I want to do in life. Like, so that's a very, mature answer. What's something that you feel like is stopping you now from being like where you want to be? Or is there anything stopping you?
Myself, definitely. I procrastinate a lot.
Yes, same.
I get a lot of ideas at one time and then I don't know how to execute it all. So it's more just
Yes.
compartmentalizing everything I want to do and being more organized with it. I would say like I'm like a organized chaos in a sense of I'll do a lot of things at one time when
Yeah.
I should be doing it in sections, and I feel like that would progress me a lot faster, just more organized.
I feel the exact same way. I feel like organization is key into a good outcome in whatever you do. You know what I mean? And even though I don't need to be procrastinating, do you also feel like when you procrastinate, that's when you work the best? Like that's when you
Yeah,
grind?
I
Like,
feel like when I reach like, oh, that's the deadline, now I like, I
not
get it done.
beast mode turns on, you're like, all right, I'm
But
gonna get this
I'm
done.
learning that it shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't turn on like my fight or flight to get something done. I should be able to be graceful with it and take my time with it. But I also feel like under pressure is when I create the most, but I'm trying to
Yes.
unlearn that and relearn to do it more steadily instead of stressing myself out about it.
Okay, so when you do procrastinate, what are you doing? Because for me, like, let's say I need to clip up an episode, right? Like I'm just putting out clips for social media, and I know I need to do it. And when I think of it, that's when I should do it, right? But instead, oh, I just got off work. I'm tired. I'm chilling, you know. I might watch something. I might sit and smoke. I might like, you know, just eat, scroll. So it's like, that's what I'm doing when I'm procrastinating. And I know that's easy for me. If you're like genuinely like doing something, it's different, you know? So.
My team gets on me about it, which I'm changing it now this year going into it. But my procrastination was I know I have galleries I need to edit, but I'll still keep taking clients, still keep doing like photo
Yeah.
shoots. And so then I'm just stacking everything that I have to do. And so like that's my version of procrastination is I'll fill my time with more work
Knowing you
instead
still
of
have work
yeah.
and still, but maybe that's just the dog in you. Like, you're like, I can take it on, like anything, like, all right, but
But then
another,
now, like my turnaround time, I changed it
ooh,
now to
okay.
1 week. It used to be 2 weeks, and I realized that when I actually pushed it to the 2 weeks and got to the deadline and then procrastinated, it took me like either a day or less than 3 days to really get the photos done. So I'm like, the 2 weeks doesn't really make sense. I'm doing that for myself, not for like the client.
Ooh.
So now I'm changing it to under a week. So
That's you getting out of your comfort zone, though, because 2 weeks probably felt comfortable, you know? But like, for you, shorting it a half, you know, that like, that's more pressure on you, just like you were saying, you
because
know?
I'm like, if I can edit something in under a day or 3 days under pressure, then that's no excuse for me just to do it, you know, instead of
Exactly.
prolonging
You
it.
know you can do it, so you know, I fuck with that. Like, you're setting your own goals, and you're only 22. I'm 26, but even when I was 22, I still had a lot to learn. There's things that you're already like mature enough and you know that you can do that like is gonna set you apart from everyone else. You know, at 22, you already know that like organization is key. You already know instead of doing 2 weeks, I can do 1 week, and that's only gonna better you and better the relationship you have with your clients. So like these, it might seem like small steps, but these steps you're taking in X amount of years, you're taking off. You know what I mean? Like, you're only gonna grow from there. Like, before we started rolling, you were telling me about having ambassadors. And as someone who's not in your field of business, and you know, to the audience who also doesn't know, what does that mean? That, you know, you're a photographer, you have your own business, but you have ambassadors. Like, what? Can you explain that?
Well, because I see my ambassadors as like first mainly people that really rock with what you're doing, like fully support,
Right.
and like
Yes.
they're always willing to advertise with you, push your name with you, and even bring ideas to the team because they are a part of the team
Right.
outside of like the actual like beauty team. I still see them as part of my team because without them, I wouldn't be able to execute a lot of the stuff that I've been wanting to execute in past and future. Um,
So ambassadors, they're models. They're
their main thing is modeling,
okay.
but they've honestly branched more into like a family. We're very close with each other. Like we've, very personal. Like we're outside of the employee. Like, and I like to even do things where we hang out outside of just shooting and like actually just get to know each
That's
other.
dope.
Because how we started actually is everybody did not know who each other was, and then now
Really?
everybody talks amongst and
And how did that come about? Because all right, so you explaining ambassadors to me is basically like people who already understand your vision and already like what you have going on, and they're like, you know what, I would like to be a part of this team. I would like to help in any way I can. I would like to be here for you when you need me. And not the exact same way, but similarly, that's kind of how like Sleeve started. That's a group that I'm in, and it started off maybe like 2 or 3 people, but then at one point it's like 11 people. And so everyone's kind of collectively in there, everyone's kind of doing their thing, but at some point, everyone starts wondering whether they say it or not, but like, what are we getting out of it? So like, for your ambassadors, are they getting anything out of it? Is it longevity? Is it money? Is it, like,
yeah, from the start, since they were accepted as ambassadors, they are able to give people like a 10% off discount code, and
fire?
then in return, they get 10% of whatever I make from the session. So every referral they
Yes.
get paid with
Did
that.
you come up with that business plan?
From the start, that's what it always
That's so
was.
fire. Just because not only are they doing it to like obviously like promote the brand and help in whatever way they can, but they're also at least getting something out of it. You know what I mean? So that's inspiration
Then
to do more.
this year I started also something else with them. For quarter 1, they have like ambassador rewards. So on top of already getting 10% of whatever I make from the session they referred, if they refer a certain amount, they get like $100 gift card and a basket. And there's tiers to it too of like how many they refer. Just so that employee relationship is still there. So I'm still giving them something outside of just like free shoots or whatever they want to do, but I still want them to feel like they're getting something out of it, rather than, even though they all say just supporting me at the end of the day.
Right, because it starts with out of
but
love, but like you as CEO of your own business, this would be fair, or this would at least take care of what you're doing for me. And genuinely, that's very inspiring that like you already have like a system going of, all right, well, 10% boom, numbers, well, if you do this, then, for your own shoot, you can get a percentage off. Like you're already on top of it. Like, and to the people out there who might be wondering, are you taking more ambassadors? Is there like a cutoff limit?
as of right now, the 3 that I have, we are really comfortable with them.
Okay.
Maybe sometime in the future I'd want to expand, but right now 3. I started with 8, and then it trickled down to 3 over time with everything, and I found 3 is a safe number, so I can do things with them, and it's not like a lot trying to figure out a lot of people what to do with them. So I feel like 3 is a good number for like group projects and individual, and they all have their own different kind of styles too and own looks. So that's what I like about them too. I can place them in different ideas.
Okay, so let's say, all right, so you said you have your 3 ambassadors. We'll just use me. I'm Kuzi. I have Sleaze. That's my group. That's my brand. So I have a line of merch coming out, or a line of clothing, some streetwear, and I'm pushing this fall collection, right? Can I ask you for your ambassadors to model?
Yep. So the ambassadorship is a lot of things in one. So it is for my creative concepts, and then it's also I was building their portfolio with my ideas to then start putting them to be models for hire, because none of them had really anything in their portfolio. So now this is a chance for them to build that, and then now for future stuff that we have, people have inquired before to use them as models. So it built like that.
That's fire. And I'm glad to know that, because that was a genuine question for me. Like, that wasn't even for that was for me. But something that and we already kind of touched on it, I respect about you is that, I follow you on Instagram, Facebook, but you also post TikToks/Reels about what you're doing. And that's something that I'm horrible at. So like seeing other creatives and other people do it, it's like, that's inspiring. Like, I don't remember what it was, but I literally just saw a reel, and you were like, best thing I ever had, my best thing I ever had was my studio and my clients, and you like ran into it. And I'm like, this is enough to make me engage into like, all right, whatever she's doing, let me like tap in, like what studio, what clients, like what is she doing, so that like she can say that. So that's fire, like, like I said, it's inspiring, and it makes me want to do it more, so.
And honestly, it's pretty fun too. Like, I plan out like for the week what my reels will be and stuff, but it is really fun to like actually execute the ones where I'm in and like my ambassadors are in. So we have fun with it too. It's not all just like cookie cutter.
Right, but like you're giving out sauce right now, because you just said you plan out your TikToks for the week or your reels for the week. Okay, that's where I start. Like this, and to everyone watching, the interview, the podcast, any question I'm asking, I'm sure some of you guys have the same question. So like, use the sauce that you see other people using and apply that to your own self, because why not? Like, this is something that like, obviously you're not gatekeeping any information. Like, you're saying what you do, and obviously it seems to be working. So anything you hear on, these podcasts, these episodes, like, please, if you like it, apply it to your own life. Listen and learn, So for one, I'm genuinely impressed on how advanced you are into what you're doing, and, just the way you're already planning out your reels for the week. Like, that's something that, I don't know, that's crazy to me, and that's something I need to do. What are the reels you got planned out this week, if you don't mind?
I definitely have one planned with my makeup artist to it's more of an informative one of the difference between regular makeup and photo shoot makeup and why it's so important to book somebody that has knowledge on that. Because there really is a big difference with that and how you do your makeup and how it shows up on the camera, and then churning in like how easier it is to edit like that too.
Okay. And do you like taking the photos more or editing?
I have a love-hate relationship with editing, but I like both. Obviously I like taking the pictures because it's cool to just do the process. I like
Capture.
editing in the ways of seeing the outcome of it, because as obviously I'm
Yeah.
taking it, I'm already knowing what it's going to look
You're
like.
painting it pretty much, you know, like you're
It's
creating
just
it.
the long part of it, getting it to the end result. But
Exactly. Okay. So for a couple fun questions, would you rather never be able to edit a picture again, right? Like you can still take them, or be dressed by a little kid for the rest of your life? It's like you can still take the pictures, someone else has to edit, and you have no say so in the edits. Or be dressed by a little kid. And we're talking like maybe, like not too little, we'll do 8. 8 years old.
I mean, I feel like being dressed by a little kid wouldn't be that bad.
Nah, it wouldn't be. I mean, they might have you in like pink top with some red bottoms, yellow boots, but you know, it's okay. Like,
I don't think either or would be terrible,
you're
because
right.
even if I were just to take the picture and the raw is all that they would see, I mean, there's ways to get how you want it without editing. Editing is just the easiest way. So I think even the first one would just challenge me more to learn more about the camera.
That's so true. That's a fire answer. That's true. Okay, let's do another one. You have to start over. Everything you've got, like your brand, your place, you know, the clientele you have, your ambassador, you have to start from ground zero or be bald.
Ooh, it's actually kind of hard because I love my hair.
I know, and
I
hair
don't think,
grows, you know, and you can still grow your business, you know, but start from ground zero or
or
your
be
hair from ground
bald.
zero. One of the two.
If I start from ground zero with my business, do I know everything I know now?
That is the turning point of the question. Okay, so if you start from ground zero with your business,
Like, are we saying like we're reversing time to when I first got the camera?
yes. So, okay, we're reversing time to when you first got the camera.
But then if
And
we're reversing time to when I first got the camera and erase all my knowledge that I know now, I believe in destiny. So it's like, wouldn't I still just end up back of
yeah,
where I was?
you're just set back 5 years. So set yourself back 5 years
But then
or
would I
go
even
bald.
know that I went back, because it's like
You
all
wouldn't.
that knowledge is
Right.
gone.
You're right. You
So
wouldn't
did I
know.
really lose time?
You did.
So
Wow. We're getting deep here.
I'd rather just go back then.
Because
If
you wouldn't know
I have
anyways.
no knowledge, and if I'm reversing time, it's just like I wouldn't even know I restarted.
Have you ever taken shrooms?
No,
And do you think you ever will in your life?
probably not.
And
I've done acid before, and that was enough for me.
okay, so you've done acid and not shrooms. Acid is like
Yeah,
the next level, I think. I mean, I've done acid too, but did the acid trip ruin it for you?
I did it when I was younger, and I think I definitely shouldn't have been doing that when I was younger, before the brain was developed. And
Same.
actually, I did really like it, and then the last time I did it, it was like bad, and then I just never did it again. That was when I was like 16.
And it was that bad of a trip that you're like, I'm never doing this again.
Now I'm just sober with everything.
Okay, so like sober, like dry January, or like you've always been like this is you now, like sober.
We're going on 2 months. Everything.
That's fire. Uh, I admire that because that's something I've been wanting to do for the longest, and I just can't seem. So like drinking, I can go without drinking. You know, it's nice to have a casual drink, but like smoking is my big one. And after a long day, or sometimes I'll catch myself in the morning right when I wake up, and I'll just roll one and smoke it, and like it just resets me to like a nice place. But if I did go without smoking and drinking, I know I could achieve more in life. So why am I not doing it? You know, like
You were your own obstacle.
Exactly. Just like when we talked about earlier in the interview that like what's stopping you? You said myself. That's exactly what's stopping me is myself. Like yeah, but I'm gonna get that fixed, and you know
That's the goal for 2026.
that's the goal for 2026. Like cut all the bad habits, leave that in last year, and at least chase the dreams knowing that you're doing the best you can. If I'm smoking every night and drinking here, like, you know, I'm not really doing the best I can. I'm just using that as a crutch, you know. Do you think clearer now that you've been sober, or is it the same and maybe you just have a little more energy?
Um, I don't know. I feel regular, I guess.
Okay, and regular, did
Well, cause I have ADD, so it's always just been like I forget everything, kind of foggy all the time. That's just like how it's been. But with like when I used to smoke and stuff, it it just made me really sleepy, really
mm-hmm.
tired. So and then I felt like I didn't like having to use something as a crutch, and that's what it felt
Exactly.
like. So if I feel like I'm not doing it just to like oh hang out with my friends or like actually relax and like still get something done, if I feel like it's overtaking to the point where it's like I'm trying to fill something or replace something, then I don't want it anymore. So
And okay, I agree with you 100% that like I don't want anything as a crutch, but you saying you have ADD, like, are you just really good at masking it? Or because, you know, even while I'm talking to you, you don't really seem like you have ADD. And, you know, like,
mine's more of like it's not the hyper. It's just like the got a
right, not
million things.
ADHD, but it's
Yeah.
hard to, like, concentrate on one topic. Or, so, like, while I'm talking to you, you're thinking about something else? Or,
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like everything else that I have to do and like little sounds and stuff around me and like I can hear everything. But
like, oh,
like
that's a door.
if like someone's talking to me or like it's important, then I can like lock in. But it's more of like everything else in life, like with the multiple different projects, the procrastination, that's all
Yes.
tied together.
So you've thought of a project probably within the last like 15 minutes. You're like, oh, I forgot to do that. And you're like, oh wait, I'm right here right now. All right, lock in. Like,
Yeah, that happens all the time.
and were you prescribed like Adderall as a kid, or did they just
No, my
say,
mom knew. She just never wanted me to be on medication because my brother was, and it made him like the zombie
mm,
type. So she didn't want me anything like that. I was on two different types like a couple years ago, and it worked. That was like the most
okay?
locked
When
in
you
I ever
say it
felt.
it worked, like were you geeked? Were you like,
No,
let's conquer the day, or
I'll
were
never
you just
forget it. I was like on my laptop, I was editing, and then all of a sudden it was like
hmm,
tunnel vision onto my screen. And then it was like, all I can describe it as is like I heard static. So I'm like, is this what people like, they don't
like feel
think
like
anything? So that's what it was.
oh, so like when you took it, instead of like you thinking of everything, you locked into one thing.
And then like right after that, I did a shoot and I noticed that I was like very direct with what I wanted to do. Like it wasn't like, oh, I like this and I like this. But then after that, I felt like I didn't like that because it took away the key point of what makes me a different
Oh
photographer
wow.
is that I see things in the moment of different poses, different things I want to do on the fly. And then I felt like on that, it kind of took that away. So,
Yeah, so like, you know, it's a good and a bad. Like the good, obviously, you were more direct. You told them this is exactly what I want. You can lock in. But the bad is the usual you is like, maybe we could do it like this. Maybe we could do it like this. I like the way this looks. Let's just try it like this. Like, okay. And is that why you stopped taking it, or
yeah, and it just had different side effects that I didn't think was worth it. So.
like not eating and
Well, yeah, both of them took away my appetite, but one was like it is a stimulant, so it made it really like irritable and aggressive, and the
mood
other one just
swings?
like made me a zombie. So I was like,
Really? And I was prescribed. It wasn't necessarily Adderall. I forgot what it was, but it was in high school, and it was basically the same thing as Adderall. But yeah, it made me not eat, which is obviously gonna make you like hangry and make you like moody. It made me feel like I was coming down. Like maybe I was feeling good throughout the day, but then like once the medicine wears off, I'm like just
Yeah, I was just like super tired and like
Yeah, like just
no thoughts for
no
anything.
thoughts. You don't want to do anything. Like you're just like out of it. Like you just in a comatose, like in your mind, you know. Okay, so if I can somewhat put you on the hot seat a little bit, can you tell us, or I'm not gonna put you too hot, but give us your favorite shoot that you've done
Ever?
ever.
That's so hard because I have a lot. I'd say like the one that always comes to my head was a shoot that I did for this event I did last year. It was called like Creative Connect, and it was like different like scenes and stuff. People like models and
This
photographers.
Peoria?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I think we did it in Washington, but it was advertised for anywhere.
309 area.
But there was like 3 different sets, and we were shooting for the sets first before we released it. And one of them was I was inspired by this LA. She's a textile artist, and she covers everything like furniture, floor, wall, ceiling, and
Oh
fur.
wow.
So that's one of the sets we did. We covered everything in fur, and there's a specific picture. There's a model on the bottom, a model in the middle on like the furry table, and a model in the back on the furry couch. And that it's pinned on my media, but that's still like forever one of my favorite pictures ever.
And
I just love the composition and the colors.
yes. Okay. And so, as an artist, someone who makes music, and I do other things, but like this is the easiest way to compare it. When I'm like making a song and I'm really feeling it, right? Like, and this is to people who play sports as well, but like we get into like flow state, and I'm sure you know what that is. But when you're creating or when you're on a shoot, do you catch flow state, or is it just like this looks good, let's just do this? Or and that could be your version of flow state, I don't know, but like do you get into a feeling where you're like, all right, boom, 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 and you're so confident that like even when you're done, you're like, yeah, that was it. Like I was just in a different mode when I was directing where to go, and
Yeah, I usually shoot and until like they hit a certain pose, and I'm like,
you're like,
that's
all right,
money.
we got
And then
this.
that's it. And then we're
Yes.
done. Because I'm like, that's what I was looking for.
Wow. Okay, so like each shoot, how many pictures do you maybe shoot? Like whether
Um,
they're getting just a certain amount, but like how many do you personally shoot? Like
at least probably 1 to 200 every session.
wow. Okay. And
That's
so
like before going through it.
exactly, because you're gonna shoot as many as you can just to get like as many options, right? But like you said, once you find like the right pose, like So when you're looking through them, do you know like this one's a hit? Like no matter what, this one's the one. Like
Well, for clients, they actually pick their own.
right,
So I
right.
only filter through like any duplicates or like actual negatives if like eyes are closed or weird
Okay.
pose or something like that. And then after that, they at least get around like 60 to 80 they can go through and pick like the least amount is 15, but most people pick the one that has 30. So, and then they pick theirs. So I stopped picking it because I liked all of them. And then it just,
Right.
some people don't like them, like don't like certain
For
poses
certain
over
reasons.
maybe I might like it. So it just made more sense for the client to pick their own. But for like the ambassador ones, I am the ones that's like picking the photos within those. So
Okay. And so since we asked about a great one, and the one with the couches, right? That's your number one. Are you comfortable enough to tell us about a bad one? You don't have to say any names, of course, but like, was there a bad experience you've ever had?
mm,
Oh, it's been good. It hasn't been too bad. Like, otherwise, one would have came like immediately. Like,
only time I could think of is like just kids because they're messy, but I wouldn't say that
right,
was like bad.
bad.
Um,
This is more you have to control, I guess. No one like got mad at you. No one ever like said, fuck this place.
no,
Like, try to throw a camera.
I've never had like a super overly difficult client that
Right.
it still is in my head.
Hey, shout out to y'all then. Like, y'all been overly nice then. Like, I'm glad because I feel like it's probably rare that you don't run into like an instance where you're like, okay, this made me rethink my career. Like, this wasn't it, and I'll never want to deal with this again.
Maybe more so like interaction I get like in inquiries,
Right.
stuff like that.
Like pricing, or like how many pictures I was supposed to get, or like, just small things like that.
Little things, but nothing that was like, I want to end my career.
Yeah, like, all right, this is too much, brother. Like, I can't do this.
No.
Okay, so who is someone, it could be anyone, it could be a model, it could be anyone in the industry that you really want to shoot, and this is on your like lifetime goals, like this person, no matter what, I would like to have a shoot with them.
This model named Giovanna Ramos, I want to shoot with her so bad. She's named like featuring Gio on Instagram.
Yes, Gio. She was with Yachty's group, Concrete. I think she's with Cardi right now. Yes, Gio is so fire. Like, I don't know where she came. I first saw her from one of Yachty's music videos. And then, like, off rip, like, right when I saw her, I was like, who is this? Like, she has that effect that, like, you're going to ask, who is this? Like, where is she from? Like, what, does she make music? Does she, like, what is she a model? Like, so that's, what made you say her, though?
Because she's just always somebody that I want to shoot really bad. And then she's getting, like, more and more popular, so it's, like, seems like it's getting harder and harder.
Right.
But when I first found her, she was, like in Yachty's group, but she wasn't like super big model yet.
Right.
But I just love her look. I love everything. So I really want to shoot her. And I think, like you said, like she just has that natural, like, just look. I think she would look good
Like
in
stunning.
anything.
Like all,
Yeah.
like whoever you are, wherever you're from, you're gonna be like, who is that? Like she just has that. And she was in that Coach commercial. I don't know if you saw that. There's a commercial she's in for like Coach, and like she just stands out compared to everyone else. Like she's got the grill in, she's got the tattoos, her hair slicked back, like she's got like the jeans on. I'm like, yeah, like she's got star, like just.
Because I'm pretty sure she's her own stylist.
Yes, and I think she styles for
her.
Playboy Cardi. Like she's
Yeah.
like she's a stylist. Like that's fire.
So that's why I'd want to shoot with her too. I think she has really good style, so that would pull
I agree.
the whole thing together.
That'd be fire. One of my homies, actually, his name's Eric, but he also has a clothing brand, and he shot with her before. Like, I saw on his page, and this was, like, early, probably around the time before, obviously she got, like, really big, but I was like, wow, like.
Could she really be everywhere?
Just and everything. Everywhere. Like, yeah. And just seeing her grow in such a short amount of time, it's like, yeah, you knew you were going to, like, take off, like. And
or another person is Quinn Blackwell. You know who she is?
I'm not hip, no.
No, she started on Vine, but she now does YouTube, and then she's like really into the modeling now.
Okay, so now you got Gio, you got Quinn Blackwell. How do you think you're gonna get there? Like, what do you think are the steps that you're gonna take to
putting myself in those spaces?
Maybe take some trips to Cali. Have you taken a trip to Cali? Oh, okay, so you already. Like, I always wanted to go to California, and that's, who knows? You know what? I'm gonna make that a goal for 2026. Like, land in California. I wanted to go my whole life, but like, you taking that step and going there, like, obviously you're gonna run into some people that like, are connected or maybe slight famous in their own way, or like doing something to stay relevant.
Yeah, I'm always just trying to find stuff that's going on in like different cities and just networking and just putting myself out there. So I figure that's the only way that I'm going to get to where I want to be at, is I just got to put myself there.
You have to put yourself in those rooms, those situations, to where like you can apply what you know. You know what I mean? Do you think staying in Peoria holds you back in a sense, or no?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely not going to be here by the end of the year.
Really?
That's a personal goal and a business goal. So.
Where are you going to be?
I want to go to Chicago as like the first step to outside of Peoria. So I'll still be in Illinois, close to like family, but Chicago's not that far, but Chicago has definitely a lot more opportunities than here.
Yes. Okay, so like opportunities alone, right? But then if you're thinking of Peoria, you've probably shot, like obviously you have your own studio, but like you've shot pretty much probably all around Peoria already. Like what else is there new that you can shoot in Peoria? So like as far as going to Chicago, for sure there's spots in Chicago that you haven't seen before. So that even inspires your creativity to be like, whoa, I haven't seen this building next to this symmetrical other building, and if I had something here, then I could do that. You know what I mean? Like, even just adds more to your creativity. Like, I think that's something that's needed for you to be where you want to be, you know, and not just here, you know. So that's fire. Do you think you'll end up in like LA or anything, or is it just gonna be like, well, time will tell?
Well, not LA, but I would love to be in New York. I love New York. It was so nice, and I feel like the type of style that I like in photography is more out there, and I felt like when I was out there, connecting with people is a lot more easier than LA personally. So I think a lot of the stuff that I want to do aligns with a lot of people that are out there. So
So like the New York vibe and energy, you felt was more your speed than like the Cali LA energy.
yeah,
Did you have Tim's on out there?
yeah,
Yeah, you did.
yeah. But I already wear Tim, so
Okay, so
it
that's
was
like
just
already
like,
natural. Did you get a
yeah,
chopped cheese?
no,
Okay. So you gotta start
no.
doing like New York things, you know, like
I know I gotta merge myself.
yeah, get some culture on you. Start listening to some New York like music, you know, like
Well, I'll let you know because I'll be back next month. I'm
hey,
excited.
what? So you got it like that. You can just take trips whenever you want, wherever you want. Like,
Organized planning.
are you sure you're not like 32 or like, wow, you know, it seems like you got it.
I mean, I honestly do a lot of things off the fly too. So like, a lot of the stuff I've done was honestly just like in a week. I'm like, I want to do this, so then I just go do it, because I'm like, I see it. Everything that I do is just little steps to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And so if I really feel like, sometimes I'll even get like just a feeling that I'm like, I should be here. So then I just go, because I'm like, I don't want to miss out on any blessings that are in front of me. And so if I just feel like I should be somewhere, then I make it happen so I can be there.
You know, I feel like being in Miami right now. So I'm gonna do what I can to make sure I'm in Miami. But some of us just don't have the funds like that. But you know, we're not talking about pockets on this show. I'm just saying like that's fire that you can just be like, I need to be in New York, or I would
I
like to be in
mean,
New York and make it happen. You
funds
know?
don't have to mean anything either. It's just like, I know how many shoots I need to do to get this, or I need to know how much money I need to do to get this, or I got to budget this so I can make it happen. So it's like, I don't even
Setting the
see like
goals.
financially anything can stop you. I feel like at the end of the day, only you is stopping you. So regardless of how much you got, where you're at, anything, if you want something, if you want it that bad, that's what I keep telling myself. If I want it that bad, I'll make it happen. So
This
that's like what pushes me forward.
this genuinely feels like a therapy talk that I needed. Like some motivation, like, all right, because you're talking to yourself, but you're obviously also like talking to me, you're talking to the people. And I feel like, yeah, just your mindset is just like very like, whatever you want to do, I'm sure you're obviously going to do it. Just because you have the mindset of, all right, this is my goal. This is what I need to do to get to my goal. This is how I'm feeling right now, so I need to listen to that feeling. This is where I need to be. Like, yeah, I'm excited to see, you know, where life takes you, where photography takes you, where your business takes you. Like, even just tapping in on that, like, you have your own shirt on right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how many people can say they have their business on their shirt? Like, what got you to that point? Because, you know, you start your business, right? But then what's next after that? Like, maybe even to the people who are thinking about starting a clothing brand, music brand, like, how did you start?
Like my brand?
Yeah, just like, okay, so on Instagram, this is your brand, right? Like, Alvarado Portfolio. So, boom, you got your name, you got, do you have a logo yet? Okay,
It's
so
just my
that's,
name.
okay. But do you even want a logo or do you just want your
I
name?
thought about it, and I did so many trial and error ones, and nothing just fit. I just felt like my name was enough as what it is.
Exactly, because then you got like, and you know, quote me if I'm wrong, but like Gunnar Stahl, do you know who that is? He's like a photographer that like takes like a whole bunch of like music icons. You know what I mean? Like he's got like Travis Scott, he's got like Travis Barker, he's got all these different music people, and he takes their photos. But like, I don't think he has like a logo that you just know his name, like Gunnar Stahl. And so like same thing with you, you know, you have your name and that's strong enough to hold weight. Like you don't need to see visual like logo. Like, and that being said, boom, like how did you get it on a shirt? Like,
Well, I love the New York style, so then I just did like the I Heart New York. Then I just put my
yes,
name. That's
that's
it.
fire. You got to wear that in New York whenever you're there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and like that's free advertising. And I'm like, damn. And I'm sure maybe when your ambassador is like, hey, where can I get a shirt? Like people that already fuck with you, like, hey, I would like my shirt.
On the way.
Yeah, on the
On the
way. Like
way.
it's coming. Uh, what's something? And we've kind of already talked about it, but like, what's I'll say the biggest thing. What's the biggest thing you want to accomplish for 2026?
Hmm. Oh, I have my whole vision board for that. There's a lot of things I want to
A
accomplish,
vision board.
but the biggest thing that I want to achieve this year is to actually work with a well-known brand. So
Any in
everything.
mind?
Do you know who? Well, not who, but it's Topicals. They did like that. They had that under eye mask. It's like pink and brown, and it's literally just like an under eye mask. They're like a face skincare brand.
Okay.
Them and like True Religion,
Ooh, that would be
Baby
so fire.
Fat, like
That would be
brands
fire.
like
Like,
that.
okay, so like, not retro, but like, yeah, true. Baby Fat, that's like kind of like 2000s era. So like, work with them, bring back a different type of style. You know what I mean? Like that would be dope. And I do think there's a power in manifesting it. So like you just saying it right now, that's already like there's a future version of you that's already like doing that. You know what I mean? Just because you've already thought that. Like so, it's you're capable of doing it. You know, it's something that can happen. That being said, what's next for Alvarado Portfolio and what's next for Kylie?
Alvardo Portfolio. Next is the clothes. That's like the
Okay,
next
so
step.
merch.
Mhm.
Okay.
That'd be the merch, and then for me, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate the two. I mix myself with Alvarado Portfolio so
Ooh.
much. Um, for me, I guess personally slowing down a little bit. It's like kind of ironic in how I speak. Like my business is on go,
Right.
but me, it's just learning balance of when to take time for myself and like not get so,
Ooh.
because I do make myself really tired of like everything that I do, and then I feel like I have no energy left for everything else.
Yes.
So definitely for me, it's just like actually, like I had this bad habit last year. Every time I would take a trip, I'd make it a work trip. So like
Ooh,
LA
right.
was actually supposed to be just like we're going to the beach, we're going to the shopping, we're gonna have
Yeah.
fun, and then I still made it work. I still shot out there. I still networked with the model. That's
But
all
how
I
can you
did.
not?
I
You
know
know what
it's
I
like
mean?
really
Like,
hard, and like even for New York, like I wasn't supposed to work. It was just to go, and then I worked like the whole time I was there. Like everywhere I go, it's been just like I'll make every trip into work. So I've been starting to actually plan trips that are just trips. I don't even
yes.
bring my camera.
Yes.
I don't even bring my laptop. It's just me and whatever I
And
planned.
I do believe that that is what you need is that some time that you don't have your camera, but I think that goes back into having that dog in you that like you're here in LA and you know this isn't a forever thing. Like yes you might come back, but right now you're here. Why wouldn't I connect with this model? Why wouldn't I take pictures of this scenery or people who are just walking on the street that in my head this is a nice candid moment that I could just so it's like of course a good balance of all right, Kylie, you're here for Kylie right now. And then Alvarado, portfolio, like business side of you, you're like, don't miss this opportunity. So I think obviously as you continue, you'll learn that balance and you'll know like, all right, too much work. All right, I can seize the moment. You know what I mean? So once again, it was great learning so much from you. And to the people who don't know, I've already done a shoot with you like I think it was a couple years ago, but I didn't know you were this advanced, like thinking wise, until now, until like breaking it down and like understanding like these are your goals. This is what you've been doing. This is what you want to do. This is what's next. Like, very inspiring, especially as someone who's not necessarily in your same field, but someone who's chasing pretty much the same dreams of like being great in what I do. So I'll just say I have a lot of work to do, obviously. Yeah, thank you for taking your time out of your day and, you know, blessing us with your presence. And
Oh, thank you.
I hope that the next time you're on this show, we're both excelled and further along in our careers. And it's something we can look back on and be like, wow, like, remember we did that, like, interview and, you know, the start of 2026, and this is what we were talking about, and, like, look where we're at now. So, yeah, thank you. I
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
I have a lot of faith. So
Yes, same.
manifest
And
thing.
that's big. And to everyone out there, tap in Alvarado Portfolio on Instagram. Same thing on Facebook.
Yep.
Same thing on Facebook. Get yourself a session today. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time on Kuzimato Talks.